CD Projekt Red just announced some brand new games that just might surprise you. And Mario has a dump truck confirmed? Well, maybe not, but find out why up next. What up, guys? This is Kalo. I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. In today's video, we got some brand new games on the horizon that are sequels for CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 and the Witcher series, which is just looking to expand the franchise even more. So let's start right with Cyberpunk 2077's newly announced sequel. Following what was a resurgence from what was gaming's worst launch, Cyberpunk got a new lease on life with gamers with the release of its new Edge Runners patch. This patch alone boasted over 1 million players and 120,000 concurrent players on Steam, thus giving Cyberpunk a resurgence of its own. Now, there's still a next-gen only DLC being the Phantom Liberty still slated to come out, which will be the game's biggest expansion yet. Also moving forward, it seems as if next-gen and PC only patches are CD Projekt Red's main objective. It's also worth noting that due to the recent success of Cyberpunk, could old plans for yet another DLC for the game be revived? And how about multiplayer? But let's talk about the sequel to Cyberpunk. It was recently announced by CD Projekt Red themselves that they are currently working on the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077 being codenamed Orion, which will further develop the potential of the franchise. This is a smart move on their part, primarily because they're striking while the iron is hot. But will this game continue the story of V, or will we follow a new protagonist? But now let's switch focus to the Witcher franchise. And this comes in the form of the project being codenamed Polaris, which is in the early stages of pre-production. This game will be the beginning of a new saga, and CD Projekt Red also aims to release 2 other games to complete this trilogy in a 6-year period. Another game in the vein of The Witcher, being codenamed Canis Mogeris, is a full-fledged Witcher game which is totally separate from the previous revealed trilogy, and is being headed up by an external studio who is comprised of experienced devs who've also worked on Witcher games in the past. A project being codenamed Sirius, which is being developed by the Molasses Flood, is set in the Witcher universe, and will be more of an offshoot from previous entries, offering up not only a single-player experience, but multiplayer gameplay as well. And finally, Project Hadar is reported to be the third entirely distinct IP created from scratch by CDPR, being in its earliest stages of the creative process. So that about does it here for all the newly announced games from CD Projekt Red, but let's get to really why you're here. Mario's ass, of course. While gaming headlines are often very out there for this space, this one really chipped away at me because a new poster for the upcoming Mario movie was shown to the world. Now, you'd think that everyone would be hyped that we're getting this style of movie, right? With Chris Pratt voicing Mario himself, Jack Black playing Bowser, Anya Taylor-Joy playing Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, this movie seems to have an all-star lineup. But see what I did there? Fans are outraged for the reveal of this poster, but why could that be? Turns out, fans weren't really satisfied for the amount of junk that was in Mario's trunk. Now, Twitter users even went as far to claim that they, quote, nerfed Mario's ass, and exclaimed that they better give the plumber his cake. Now, the one tweet that got me was, "This is unacceptable. They took his ass. He can't even shit." Now, how am I supposed to enjoy this movie if my Mario ain't got a couple mega mushrooms down there? Y'all wild for that. So, could we be in store for yet another public studio shaming of a video game's character's portrayal on screen? You did it with Sonic, so why stop now? Now, as for the trailer itself, I really did enjoy it. I was at New York Comic Con, got a chance to actually see it live in person. Also got to see Jack Black do his Bowser voice in the flesh. I'm really hyped for that. Now, as for Chris Pratt being Mario, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about this. You kind of get a little taste of an accent towards the end of the trailer, but again, it's like I said, this movie will be Chris Pratt just voicing Mario, using his normal voice. Now, that's enough ass for today, so I'm going to pass it off to you, the viewers. What are your thoughts on the upcoming slate of games coming out of CD Projekt Red's doors? Are you cautiously optimistic like I am? And what's your stance on this whole Mario buttgate ordeal? Do you want Mario with more butt or less butt? But that about does it here for All Things Gaming. I have been Kalo. Again, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you want some more video game news content, subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. I'll see you guys next time.